In this video, we're gonna be discovering the secrets of the sacral chakra. This is the third video of my Chakras series. So if you haven't watched the previous videos, I will recommend you to go back and watch a couple of videos before you jump into this one. Although they can also act as independent videos depending if you are looking for particular information about a chakra. So we're gonna be touching base with where is the chakra located, what is the color associated with it, what are the relationships with different systems within the body and the emotional body. We will be discussing the symptoms of a balanced chakra and an imbalanced sacral chakra, and also how to deal with an imbalanced chakra. So before we begin, make sure that you're checking the description box below because I have left you there a beautiful gift. And also, I'm going to be posting all the links to the different classes for this chakra series. And if you're new to my channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button below so you can get notifications whenever I'm releasing a new video. Without further ado, follow me into the class. In this episode, we're going to be talking about the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is the second when we count from the first, which is in the root, up. And we have the second one. So the second chakra, it's located 3 fingers below your belly button, and it's related to the water element from the alchemical symbols. And the water element, when we discuss about it in different type of practices, it's like a triangle which simulates a little cup where the water is poured inside, right? So where we have water, we have emotions. Water is the element that flows, that just like emotions, that it's energy in motion, the water is always flowing. And because it relates to emotions, the mantra for this chakra is I feel. This chakra has a lot to do with how you experience your world. So before we were talking about the root chakra, and that's all your physical world. Within the second chakra, what we're looking to is how you relate and how you feel emotionally attached to this physical world and the people that you are communicating with, that you're having relationships with. At this center, is all about the emotions that you feel about your environment. When you are able to feel what others feel, call it empathy, for example. If you're a very empathetic person, also known as an empath, that means that you have the psychic ability of being clairsentient. And it's due because you have the center very open. The second chakra is also related to the color orange, like the one that you usually see on a rainbow, like that really bright, beautiful orange. When it comes to this chakra, I would like to separate what it rules in 2 sections. First, the emotional body, and second, the physical body. So if we're looking at the emotional body, we're gonna be looking at the emotions, the feelings that I was mentioning before. It's also related about the sensuality and sexuality that you have, if you have like a balance or not when it comes to emotions and being sexual. It also rules creativity. So any type of creative project that you're passionate about, and of course it ties with the passions and desires that you have, everything that has to do with creating something anew in this world, that's also related to the second chakra. And it also relates to your instincts, that gut feeling. When everyone's telling you to do something and then you think like, yeah, no, but my gut is telling me otherwise, that is your second chakra talking to you. Within the physical realm of the second chakra, what it rules, it's all connected to the abdomen. So here mainly, because there are other systems, we have the reproductive system and also the urinary system. So in this case, if we talk about the reproductive system, we have the ovaries, testicles, the uterus, the prostate, and any other anything that is associated with reproduction, either for male or female. It doesn't matter. When we're talking about the urinary system, this chakra is very well connected with the bladder, the kidneys, the urethra, anything that relates to that system. So if you're having different symptoms within that area or that system in particular, it might be that you're having an imbalance on your second chakra. Moving on to the signs of a healthy second chakra in your life, we have the following. We have that it would be a person that is able to give and receive love very openly. It wouldn't be afraid or like hiding behind curtains when it comes to demonstrating to someone that you love them or receiving that love back from them. There's no guilt, there's no shame or anything related to that give and take. The second point that I would like to mention here is the capacity of enjoyment that you have in your life. If you're enjoying your life fully, if you're going out, if you're meeting with friends, if your relationships are really healthy and interconnected with everything that is out there, your connection with nature, how you feel about your kids, your family, your partner, or yourself even, it's all the type of relationships that you have around you. How do they feel? Are you enjoying them fully? That's when a balanced second chakra is showing you all these beautiful, stable, balanced relationships and enjoyable. The second chakra also relates to the capacity to self-express tenderness, to self-express empathy, to be able to caress your partner or whoever you are having a relationship with, like more intimate relationship. You're also able to express your feelings, your emotions in an open way. You're also able to feel very comfortable sharing your emotions and feelings without feeling any type of shame, guilt, or what is the other people gonna say about me if I express my emotions freely. Obviously coming from an honorable place, right? Not that I'm angry and I'm gonna go and trash everything. That's not a healthy way of expressing your emotions. But if you say like, hey, you know what, I need a couple of minutes, I'm angry at the moment, and then I'll come back and talk to you about why am I angry. That could be a way of saying like, hey, I'm here, I'm identifying the emotion that I'm feeling, I'm gonna go deal with it, feel it, and I'll come back to you later on. So it's just like communicating very clearly what you feel. When your second chakra is healthy, you're also experiencing a very healthy sexual life. You're feeling open. There's no taboos around sexuality. You can talk about it freely. You're not ashamed of your sexuality. It's not something dirty that needs to be covered with a blanket or whatever it is. You have a very healthy connection with your sexual partner or intimate partner, where you're respecting each other's boundaries and you're acting out of vulnerability and love. We've been talking about emotions and how you feel about everyone else and how you express your emotions and all of that, but it's also related to the feeling of self-compassion and how you act with yourself in self-compassion and being sympathetic with your own reality. This looks like loving yourself, understanding when you need a break, understanding your own boundaries, putting healthy boundaries with other people so that you can as well protect yourself and your emotions. And when this cup is full, your own cup is full, then you're able to share it with everyone else. Right? So that's the most important thing. Like, everything starts with ourselves and how we are feeling with our own processes, and then we're able to share it with the world and reciprocate with everyone else that we're sharing our lives with. Moving now to when this chakra is imbalanced, we I've split it in 3 different categories. So first we have the emotional body that we were discussing before. So in this case, someone with an imbalanced sacral chakra would not be able to communicate their emotions. They would be the type of person that you're trying to hey, how do you feel? Yeah, good. But you look like you're angry. No, I'm not angry. And they're not able to actually either connect to their own emotions and say oh, actually, yes, I am angry. And they hide them, or they are feeling ashamed of feeling something. Because we've been taught since a really young age that there's good emotions and bad emotions, which is not really true. We have emotions, period. And because we judge our emotions and we say feeling sad is bad, feeling anger is bad, showing anger or sadness or guilt or whatever of those emotions that they vibrate lower and that people don't like to see. Why? Because they might get uncomfortable of seeing someone else expressing those emotions, right? So in that case, we judge them and we put them in a bucket and we say, hey, these are bad emotions. Whereas if you are joyful, happy, and you're sharing with everyone with a big smile on your face, then we're judging that as a good emotion. And we get very encouraged when we are growing up to express those emotions only, but not necessarily to show any of the bad emotions, the low vibrating ones. So what happens is that usually we put them in a box. We try not to look at them. It's like not even identifying them. And we just take them, okay, I don't know. I'm feeling uncomfortable because I'm feeling something. I don't know what it is. And this person won't even be able to identify what they're feeling. Put them in a box, stores them away. They just don't want to deal with it. So because of the lack of awareness of their own emotions, they're unable to communicate them. Either they understand the emotion, but there's some blockage there that they don't feel comfortable by showing it up to other people. And this might be because they have a wounded inner child that whenever they were little and they will demonstrate some type of lower vibration emotion, as I mentioned before, they might have been yelled at, told off, which created a trauma within the sacral chakra. Or they're just not aware. And here is where we can act as a compassionate human being in front of situations like this. So this is also an invitation for everyone that is a little bit more aware about your own emotions to practice more empathy and compassion when it comes to others that they might not have this awareness for different things that they might have experienced in their lives. If someone is showing an imbalanced second chakra, they might be very closed off with other people as well. They might not want to keep up a relationship with anyone else. They might struggle to have friendships or a stable partner or healthy work relationships, or like the relationship that you might even have with a pet might not be very balanced. They may seem emotionally unavailable or distant, or something that is not easy for them to flow with the emotions, right? The second category that I've put for this is the physical body. And what are the symptoms that you may be finding if you have an imbalanced sacral chakra? If we're looking into the relationship with the reproductive system, it might be that someone might be experiencing no sexual desire, or that there's like impotence, early ejaculation, and things like that. For women, it could also look like not having a sexual desire at all, or that you're having uterus challenges like having endometriosis, not being able to get pregnant if you want to get pregnant, painful periods, and any type of inflammation in the vulva or the vagina. That would also be an indication that this chakra has some imbalances. When it comes to an imbalanced sacral chakra in relation to the urinary system, then any type of ailments related to the bladder, the kidneys, the urethra, and so on can be an indication that your chakra is unbalanced. So things like kidney stones, UTIs, and things like that could be a sign that your chakra is imbalanced. And the third section that I have here is when we're talking here more about your inner child, and the relationship that you have with your inner child is very poor. So what does that mean? Our inner child is the creative self, is the one that when we were a child, we were creating all the time, we were inventing fantasies, we were playing around, we wouldn't care that the things that we were doing, they weren't real. We would just go and play and have lots of fun. So when we grow up, sometimes we lose that connection with creativity. They teach us to X, Y, Z, this is how it is, and that's it, and this is reality, and everything else is just shambles. So when that happens, we lose the connection with our creative selves. And with that, we sometimes stop having fun, and we stop enjoying life. We go from, I need to study and get a degree, to let's have a partner and kids, let's just buy a house, let's get in debt, now we need to buy this and that, and we have like all these obligations, and we forget about creativity, that we are actually the sole creators of our own reality. As we were a child, we were connected to that creative self, and we were so connected that we could imagine worlds that might not exist. But we grow up and we grow out of it, unfortunately, many times. And this is also a sign that your sacral chakra is imbalanced. If you're creatively stuck at the moment, let's say you're a writer, you're an artist, you're a musician, you are like even a lawyer that loves doing other things, and you're stuck in your creative process, then that is a sign that your sacral chakra is imbalanced. Well, with all of that said, now we're gonna move towards, if I have all these imbalances in my sacral chakra, how the heck do I balance them out? Because obviously life is much more enjoyable when this beautiful energetic center is aligned. So first of all, as this chakra is related to the orange color, adding more orange into your life will make a switch with the energy that you have in your auric field. So wearing more orange things, like I'm trying here, this is not necessarily super orange, but it's like on the orange side of it. The second point is emotions, as energy in motion means that they're moving, they're flowing. And if we don't allow ourselves to feel them, they get stuck. We want to get to a point that we are able to identify the emotions, that we're able to feel the emotions, we allow ourselves to feel the emotions, so then we can release them. If you're feeling something and you're unable to understand what is the emotion that is coming through, just sit with it. Try to even close your eyes and just picture, like, where am I feeling this? Is it in my stomach? Is it in my chest? Is it, because emotions, they storage in different parts of the body. There's so many times in life that we go into this rant of, like, for example, you're driving after work, you're getting home, and then someone crosses you over and you're yelling at them and you're angry, but then you're not processing the emotion in a healthy way. So then what happens is that you're carrying it with you for an hour, 2 hours, sometimes a week, a month. And sometimes if the pattern that you're holding is that you're dealing with angry feelings all the time and you're not expressing them in a healthy way, then they start like stacking up one on top of the other, and they might start like creating different physical ailments like high blood pressure and things like that. The different symptoms that you might get by not letting the emotions flow through your body because they store it in different parts of your body, then they also relate to the type of emotion that you're feeling. And by the way, I am not a medical practitioner, I'm not a doctor. Please take this as it resonates, but don't take it as a way of diagnose yourself. If you're feeling any type of ailments, please do go to your medical practitioner. Some ways that can help you to identify emotions, feel them and releasing them are things like breath work, energy healing, somatic practices, and meditation. So for this, if you don't know how to get to these ones, I would recommend you to go to specialist in each one of these practices, and that you can read about it, learn a little bit more, see which one do you think that it would fit better with you, and just go and try it, right? Another important thing would be connecting to your inner child. And how do you do this? Is by getting creative, getting out of your comfort zone, going outside and playing, dancing like no one's watching, go and sing out, go and yell, go and play, go and paint, or learn something new, like a new skill or anything that it's out of your comfort zone, or something that when you were a child you always wanted to try, but then you grew up and then you thought like, oh no, this might be stupid now, so I'm not gonna even try. Why not? It's never too late to learn something new. So get a new hobby, go out there and have lots of fun. Enjoy your life. The other way of connecting with your inner child, and this is more like for the trauma response, is doing healing practices. Usually there's a lot of different type of meditations that you can practice where you get to relive different situations of your past traumas when you were a child, and in this case it allows you to reparent yourself as well and give yourself everything that you needed when you were a child, but now as an adult. And of course, there's also like a myriad of options about healing practices that they do work with the inner child trauma. And one more thing that I would like to touch base, because I could go on and on and on about how to balance your sacral chakra, but to try to avoid making this video super long, I'm gonna mention that you can also practice yoga, and there are a couple of yoga poses that you can do even in isolation from like a full practice if you wanted to start balancing more your sacral chakra. And this would be like the cow and cat pose and the bridge pose as examples. But there's so many more of them. There's just a couple of examples, so don't get caught up in those two specific ones. Well, I really hope that you have enjoyed this video, that if you've gotten value out of it, that you remember to give a like, subscribe to my channel, and also share this video with your family and friends. I would really appreciate that, because it really supports me in the endeavor of sharing this information broadly with more people. So thank you so much for being here today. I am very, very grateful that I get to connect with you. So have a beautiful day, beautiful afternoon, or a lovely evening wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you next time. Bye.